Hey there, guys. We're going to be going back to the EX stages for Final Fantasy X. I mentioned in my poll video I was going to wait till the weekend to really plan out some serious teams for this. After just briefly trying them, it turns out they're a lot easier than I expected. So we're going to be going for some really basic cheapy teams that have party slots empty to make it really copyable by hopefully a lot of people. And as far as the Facebook stuff goes, I know people are still frustrated because if you're attached or if you're bound to Facebook, at the current time, it is still not resolved. Definitely frustrating, but there's really not much we can do as players other than wait. We're going to be going to these two fights. We're going to start with the Machina Protector in the Ruins. This one, it gives a Neo Visions for free, which is kind of awesome. But the missions are no items, no continues, no KOs. This is a machine boss, weak to lightning, water, and light. And I'm going to show you a screenshot of his Libra so you can get a better information. 95 resist to everything except his 3 weaknesses that are at -50. It's a pure machine. The tricky thing here is it's only vulnerable to, you can only take Final Fantasy X units. Now, there is no mission for a small party. You can take an entire team, and you should if you need to. But all we really need is the free Neo Visions Awakening star player Titus. Jekt and Wakka were both given from the event for free as well. They're just going to be support units here and support chaining. Wakka will be our breaker. We're also using the Obsidian Bracer. We're provoking with Jekt, etc. The boss does use physical, but it has some accuracy on it. Also, he does a lot of fixed damage and gravity damage. But with a occasionally, still cheaply geared Titus, we can do a turn 3 clear, not a problem, if he's EX3. So Titus is just going to go ahead and ace his ability. That's a Water Amplify. Wakka can use his LB. That's an 87 defense break and an Imperil, among other things. And Jekt can just guard. So Jekt's our passive provoker with a little bit of evasion, but as you see, the boss has some accuracy, but not all. Anyway, so we're just going to guard again on these guys, and Titus is going to guard too. If your Titus has Tyvus's Spirit, use it this turn, or use it the turn before the SLB is ready. We're not going to need it, because the boss, like I said, the boss is relatively squishy if you're using Wakka. And you just got Wakka for free, so there's no reason to not use him. Alright, so now our Titus is ready to go. So we're just going to cap Titus's LB, and that should be all she wrote. So we're going to SLB Titus. Wakka is going to support chain Bolting Strike. We're going to support chain Bolting Strike with Jekt. And that's it. So we send Wakka, or we send Titus, and then we chain our support guys. And there we go. End of the boss. Boom. So I didn't see the quite exact damage we did. Let's see how much damage the boss has. We did 4.7 billion. Let me bring up the Libra real quick. 1, 2, 3. It looks like he has 9. Oh, geez. We overkilled by a massive amount. Yeah, so... Okay, so I was using Clash of Wills gear. Even that wasn't needed. So there it is. I'll show you the gear in 1 second. But super basic. We had 2 party slots empty, so you can fill those in with whatever you want. I would say tank and support and all, but it's locked to Final Fantasy X. I don't think Final Fantasy X has a tank. I could be mistaken here. I don't know. Anyway, let me show you the gear that we used, and we'll go over to the next fight. So Titus is using his Chronicle weapon. If you don't have it yet, go and grind the special summon box. You'll get it. Other than that, Clash of Wills gear. Now, of course, if you own things like Premium Yuna's STMR, Auron's STMR, these things all boost him up very well. We are using a banner card. It turns out the boss is way squishier even than I initially thought, so that was super overkill. Don't need it. A lot of machine killer, and yeah, so there's our Titus. Maxed LB, maxed machine, and that's all that matters. And then our Jekt was passive provoke with the Charm, Durandal, and Jesse's TMR. I gave him some auto healing and evasion, probably overkill. Other than that, a little bit of defense. I gave him the Scorpion card for more bulk, and he just passive provokes with support chains. Wakka is Obsidian Bracer. He's also our turn 1 breaker with 87 defensive spirit, 120 all in peril. Other than that, support chainer. and I just gave him some generic bulk, a little bit of auto healing, a card with defense on it, and that was the team. Now let's go ahead and pop over to the other one, which, now we are going to use an Esther on the other one, but it's pretty cheaply geared, and I'll show you the team in a second. Let me actually get there. You know, menus. We love menus in Brave Exvius. Let's go to the Holy Beast Yevon Reborn. So this one we're going to hard mode. This is a Aqua Reaper, only weak to water, and it uses Petrify. Let me show you a Libra screenshot. So here we go. It looks like he's got 4 billion HP, only weak to water, and very resistant to everything else. So you really want to stick to water only. Now the missions are no items, 2 turns or less, and party of 4 or less. Now if you struggle with this one, definitely do the missions in different runs. So do like a 5-man party and kill it in 2 turns. Then go back with like a 4-man party and take your time. But we're going to do all missions at once with a 3-man party. Not that party though, this party. So we're going to use a completely naked Nicole. We're going to use a Cacteria who is going to break and support chain. And then we're going to use Esther to deal all the damage all by herself. Esther is a wonderful choice here. Notice we're using 2 parties, or leaving 2 party slots empty, or technically 1 party slot empty if you're going for an all mission at once run. That can be filled in with whatever you want. So if your Nicole is not EX2 and you can't have an LB right away, then bring someone to Entrust, or just bring a different buffer. Kaito does really good buffs as well. Honestly, Nicole could probably be skipped for Kaito, and probably be even a better swap. And then Cacteria is just a breaker. Honestly, she's literally going to be here just for an 89 break, and pretty much nothing else matters. So you can just bring a different breaker if you want to. But Cacteria is our provoker with status immunity. So Cacteria is just going to do 89 defense break. That is it. Nicole is going to do Water Imperil, Water Imbue, and we're going to do Water God's Beast Rage for the Aqua Killer. Now, if your Nicole is EX3, use the EX3 killer instead. Now, mine is, but we're not going to use that because we don't need it for one thing, but also because we want to keep it budget mode. Now, if you're bringing someone like Shira to entrust your Nicole, do it this turn. And then Esther is going to do Energizing Bunny. That's going to give us the Reaper killer to go along with the Aqua killer. Then we're going to do Magnus and then Bolting Slice. Alright, so the boss will only do some single target physical damage that we're going to evade on Cacteria, as well as a single target Petrify attack that we're immune to because of the ribbon she is wearing. Alright, now Nicole will do his LB to give Water Amplify and LB damage. We don't even need LB damage, that's literally just for the Water Amplify. So Esther will do LB, and then we're going to use the Claw of the Dragon Materia with Cacteria to support chain. So this should kill the boss right here. Oh yeah. Yeah, big overkill. So the boss had 4 billion HP. How much did we deal, out of curiosity? I'll show you the gear in a second. We did 6.8, so we overkilled by almost double. About 7, we needed 4, so yeah, big time overkill. Don't need that much power. We had party slots empty. You can bring, you know, extra DPS. I'm like 99.9% sure this got nerfed from the JP server, because this was definitely harder on JP. They had to have like lowered the stats or something. I don't know. Maybe they didn't, and maybe I'm just like, I don't know. It felt trickier on the JP server. That's why I said I was going to need time for the weekend to like really plan out like a serious team, but we didn't really need that. Let me show you the gear we used real quick. So Nicole is literally naked, absolutely nothing. He's just here for water support. Kaito would be totally fine as well. I totally forgot that Esther has her own LB damage buff. So literally Kaito could have done breaks and water amplify and water imbue all at once. Cacteria was our passive provoker with evasion and ribbon. She has high evasion naturally. Behemoth synergy is just because Nicole's killer does require 2 Esper orbs, so that handles that. Eye of the Dragon is so that she can support chain. Make sure you're not dual wielding if you use Eye of the Dragon. And then Esther is using, again, cheap gear, her own STMR, some Clash of Wills gear, some free killers, some free or a cheap double hand materia, And then, you know, a regular card. It is Kaito's card, but it's not premium or anything. It's not a banner card. And yeah, so, you know, pretty simple. 275 LB damage, maxed Aqua, and 275 Reaper. We're on Kokuryu for the Aqua Killer. So we'll see this weekend how much harder that is for, like, a brand new free-to-play account. 'Cause I'm going to try it with my other account, and we'll see how it goes. It may be a joke. It may be a struggle bus. We'll find out. So we did get 2 pulls, though. So we're going to go ahead and do those 2 pulls right now. And I claimed the Lapis on the wrong account. Oh, well. It's fine. So let's go ahead and do those pulls real quick. And then that'll be the end of the video. So we're going to do a rainbow pull and probably get ourselves a Myra. And then we're going to do a 1/10 Neo pull and get ourselves another Titus. Won't that be awesome? Oh, Braska. I don't think I had his STMR yet, honestly. So I think that's his STMR. I think that's my 4th copy. It's kind of awesome. So here is our guaranteed Neo pull from the Mech Warrior Z fight. And we are going to we had amazing pulls earlier, so is it still going to continue? It is not. It is not. He's EX like 3.8. He's almost a second EX3. I have so many bulwarks. That's fine, though. Whatever. We had so good luck this morning, so the fact that that was not great is totally fine. So there is the cheapy guides for those 2. If you don't have Esther, just replace her with, like, you know, Chizuru or just a burster of any kind. Honestly, you could probably do it. No, you couldn't do it on. I was gonna say Star Player Titus, but no, his SLB won't be ready until turn 3. It's too late. Anyway, there's the budget runs. See you later.